Alright, so I figured since I'm gonna try to be some sort of science YouTuber, I should have some sort of ideas before diving in. I guess this is a list of just some of the random ideas I've had in the past couple days. So obviously I looked some of this stuff up. I didn't steal any of it, most of it, but so firstly, right, I was thinking 10,000 hour light bulb. And the reason I was thinking that is because I heard in a Veritasium video that there was some sort of cartel against light bulbs that last more than 1,000 hours. So I was like, I'm gonna test that out and make a light bulb. Obviously, I looked it up and immediately saw that there are 50,000 hour LEDs available. So I just crossed that one off. First idea out the window. Was not looking good at first. But then I was looking up what's efficient energy. Literally just efficient energy. Sand battery, right? So sand batteries hold 20% of what a lithium battery holds, which I mean is a lot in larger masses. Instead of one car battery, it's 5 car batteries, and that takes up a ton of space. But it makes up for it because, firstly, it's never going to explode on you. And secondly, it instead of only lasting a few hours, or maybe a few days like lithium would, sand batteries can last months. And as interesting as all that is, I will get into that in another video. I might actually get into it in another video. Who knows? And you guys are seeing a bunch of other funny ideas, but let's just say, hold on, I need a divider of some kind. Okay. So Atari joystick mouse. Okay, when I edit this video later, I'm gonna put him on screen now. That dude. And this next one is a little sillier. A little potato cannon. Everyone knows about the potato cannon, right? It's just a modified t-shirt cannon or something like that. I don't know. But I was thinking, potatoes come in all shapes and sizes. So why not make a smaller, obviously it won't look like that, but a smaller potato cannon, and it'd be powered by those little airsoft CO2 cartridges instead of big old propane tanks or something. I don't know. Let's just move on. Avatar proof walls for safety. So Avatar Last Airbender, right? Earth. So the idea that I had was I was gonna get just regular drywall, right? Throw sand at it and be like, yeah, that works perfectly. Take a smaller sheet of it, right? Something I could just toss out if I needed to. Throw a rock at it. Because the drywall worked and the drywall worked. But if it didn't, I just basically just put up a sheet of metal or something whenever I'm working with something that's going to throw rocks everywhere. I don't know. And then a leaf blower. That's, of course, the wind. Yeah. My dad's got one of those, so it'd be really easy to just borrow it from him. Hose test and match test. Of course, I'll do the match test first, right? Just see if it catches. All right, you throw a small match at it. If it catches, don't use that. That is incredibly flammable. And the hose test, just hit it with some water. I don't know. And I put reorder there because, that's not the order I'm doing it in. You can see here I drew a little hard hat with with the Avatar thing on it. Funny thing is, I haven't even seen Avatar, but it's so prominent, meme culture and stuff, man. It's fire. No. And then I had some welding ideas, right? Custom fuses. I forget what I mean by that. Oh yeah, custom fuses. So basically, I just needed different fuses to the barn part of the house so that I didn't like kill the power every time I tried to grind something. Heavy metal guitar. Literally a guitar, an electric guitar made completely out of, not tungsten, because I can't, there's no fucking way I'll be able to afford that. Or melt it. Well, I do get it. But, and not lead, because I don't want to lose motor functions, obviously. But, something. Heavy metal. Steel works too, I think. Steel works too. Need someone who can play metal. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part, because I don't know how to play metal. I figured I'd just learn, but I'm sure I'd find somebody. Hydroponics for science? Drugs, question mark? No. Hell no. I wrote that one down because it's funny. Drone lamp. Light up an area with projectile / flying machines. Yeah, basically I figured I'd just get a drone and strap one of those like 12,000 lumen flashlights to it, fly it up in the air, and then light up the whole area. It'd be freaking awesome. I kind of got the idea from those like flares they put in like Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. It's pretty interesting. Pretty good place. Honestly, like all Hideo Kojima games are really imaginative and they really help just come up with random ideas. This next one, the sugar evaporator, cooks food at 500 degrees Fahrenheit to get rid of all sugars. Because that's basically the point at which black caramel, which is like the most refined version of sucrose or fructose and glucose, basically it just like turns to dust or something. I don't know. Remote control kitchen. Don't burn down the house. Electric stove, mandatory. Air fryer, door opener. Sink with temp control. Unify 3D printers for a small... Yeah. Sync with temp control. That one, I don't even know if that's a thing. I never Googled it. I never got to Google it. But I'm pretty sure some kitchens have that. Like really high-end stuff. The unifying 3D printers for a small-scale print farm. That's also a little out of my budget. But if I got like 4 Ender 3s or something, I could probably pull something like that off. Just get like 4 Ender 3s, you know, a welding torch of some kind, and then, some sort of metal machining device, and then I'll just be like set for any project I really need to get done. Cause I've got all sorts of like wood cutting tools. Before I flip it though, I want you guys to know I don't have any sponsors. I don't bring in any money from YouTube. I have like 20 subscribers right now. But honestly, my dream job. No joke at all. Dead serious. Dream job. Make stuff. Put it on YouTube. Get paid for it. Get paid enough to live off of it. I mean, not even that much either. Probably like $500 a month would be great. So before we talk about how terrible my math is, let's go to the next page. Spinning chair. So as you guys all know, this thing is fun. If you can even tell what that is, because it was just a really quick doodle. I saw this video, Morley something, I think. Anyway, I saw this video, and actually I'm gonna find it just so I can tell you guys. Or when I edit the video later, I will put it on screen right now. So this I like the idea, right? But I thought instead of 3D printing it, weld it. Definitely super open to suggestions. I will be reading the comments if you saw it somewhere else, so I can learn from their mistakes and not have to make the same ones. Because as of right now, I'm trying to be as safe about this as possible, but also want to have fun. It's not fun going to the emergency room. Oh yeah, and this one I just straight up stole from a car ad. I don't remember what it was. I thought it was cool as heck though, so I literally am just gonna get like I'm just gonna get like speakers that go in the headrests of the car, so everybody can listen to their own music. It's genius. So another really cool thing that I saw online was wood welding. It's actually like one of the craziest things I ever saw. This guy, he literally just like got a friction device of some kind. I don't know if that's what a friction welder is. He literally welded it together with friction. He rubbed the wood so fast that it like melted, sort of. And the bond between it was apparently stronger than the wood itself. Like just the fibers between the wood. I made sure to say friction nut glue because this one guy, he took, he literally just glued it together and then put like heat over it. I looked up that same product, I guess. It was literally just called a wood welder. And it was like $30,000 for this piece of crap that just applies heat. Like, I could just put it in my oven for like 3 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't because it's probably set the wood on fire, but still, I'm not stupid. Wood welding is not supposed to have glue in it. He definitely used glue. So, it might be really expensive. You know, it's like a Nile Red video up in here, but still, I want to try it someday. And maybe make it like a small little remote control car or a picture frame. I think my mom would really love the picture frame. I'd be like, yeah, Mom, this picture frame costs $10,000. She'd probably kill me if I just told her that, so I'm not going to tell her that. But Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. And hopefully I'm not making too much noise in the backyard, where I'll probably be doing most of this crap. Particle accelerator. That's not how you spell accelerator, but I was tired. Impossible? Maybe. But it does sound really cool. Plus, I mean, who wouldn't want to be the Flash, obviously. Arc reactor. Possible? Maybe. So, I was watching the Hacksmith, and he was saying something along the lines of, oh yeah, we were going to do it, but like they couldn't afford the material. And I was like, well, it seems cool, except, right, it's not even an arc reactor. Right, they're just gonna like suck the energy from some radioactive junk that costs a lot of money. So I don't know, I'm not gonna look into it right now because it just seems nonsense. But if literally any one of you is Tony Stark, I need to know right now. Back to the topic, flexible structure. Now, I saw this flexible rock that somebody was playing with. I don't remember who. It was a Science Channel, though. And I figured it was possible to recreate on a large scale, obviously. Like chains, right? Like that's a really big version of practically the same thing. It's not flexible at all, right? It's metal, but the way they interlock them is really cool to me. Obviously, chains already exist, but I was thinking something along that line. And Mysterio's mask was going to be like a really cool one, but as I noted here, it's probably too sci-fi. And then just have like a fog machine, or have that like flexible mirror stuff on the outside as the glass, put a little bit of voltage in it, and then suddenly it's translucent. You can't really see much through it, but like from the inside you can see. I don't know, it's like when you put glass to water, it just makes it easier. It's weird. Now, going over these ideas, it sounded cool at first. Then I realized that that's bizarre. Hydraulic rifle or shotgun, whatever. Basically, I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, obviously, you know, you could have pressurized gas shooting stuff out, like an airsoft, or you could have basic gunpowder stuff. And then I was like, you could combine the two with one of those, just a hydraulic piston, You know, just shoots out really fast. And then I thought about it for like 5 seconds more, and I was like, No Country for Old Men. If you don't know the movie, shout out. If you do know the movie, legend, Shigor, apparently, like he had one of these, kind of. It was just very, very bare bones. It was just the hydraulic part. Now, I figure that doesn't completely remove it from the possibilities. You just use it on like watermelons and stuff, but it's like, man, the movie, that movie just makes you think. Okay, so so an amphibious vehicle would be freaking awesome, but at the same time, it's like it would really suck to like lose it underwater, or just have a boat, throw it on land, and then suddenly it doesn't work. But I don't know. It'd be a cool idea, even though I'm pretty sure Peter Schreipel did something like this. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. And voice tracking security robot. So one thing that I always thought was, why do they do the face? Like when you're having security, right? The guys, they'll most likely cover their faces. So it's like, why would that even be like a means of recognition? Voice recognition. It's like, if you hear something and it's not a registered like voice, then shoot it then, right? Because faces, they change with age, they do all that. Voices change with age too, but not so much. Plus, every year you could just like update it. I guess the only problem would be like getting a vocal recognition code line. I have no idea. Plunger robot. That's a simple one, right? Because nobody wants to plunge a toilet. Nobody wants to be near a toilet for longer than they absolutely have to. And when the toilet gets clogged, oh my god, it's just not fun for anybody. But people still need to use it, So it's like, oh my god, plunger robot. You literally just like, you clip it onto the side there, and it uses its like hydraulic or just like some sort of piston activated thing, and it just pumps it exactly in the right direction at like the exact right times until it's done, right? You just switch it on, right? You clean it, right? And then you change out the battery every now and then. It's that simple. And the wood gas piston, so it's a stupid idea, right? But I mean, wait, okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me over the vacuum, honestly. I don't know if you guys can hear the vacuum, but it's a little bit not nice sounding. Anyway, the wood gas piston is going to be like one of those spinny gas thingies, but wooden. It's probably not going to be very durable, and it's really sucky even, but I like the idea. And then roller drone. I saw something on YouTube, like in a thumbnail. It's something like this. He showed me like, or it showed like, instead of spinning horizontal clockwise, they spin like parallel to the thing, like wheels, kind of like swimming on air swimming. And then me-scented shampoo and or conditioner. That one was an interesting one, because like one time I smelled my hair and I was like, bro, I should smell like exactly this all the time. I didn't know what combination of crap I used, so I was just like, you know what? Let's just make something that makes me smell consistent. File blade. So I got this idea sort of from I Did a Thing. I Did a Thing is an Australian fella. Sometimes he can get a little political, but this one, I remember he made a Viking axe. It's really cool. He stuck a file in there. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. But once I learned it was, I was like, I need to do something like that. I don't know why. I was just like, that sounds cool as heck. gonna steal it. So this next one is literally for shock value, because that Orville clip has been floating around. Everyone knows it, I'm sure. 500 cigarettes. It was really funny at first, light 500 cigarettes with a welding torch, but I mean, who the hell wants to breathe in 500 cigarettes? Nobody. But immediately after that absolutely horrible idea, I had this kind of like world-changing idea, which is totally realistic and not at all a goal that no man would ever achieve in his lifetime. Reinventing the wheel. Now, obviously the wheel's cool, but if it looked like that, it'd probably be cooler. No, I'm just kidding. I drew that because that's like a really quick theoretical example of what I thought the wheel could look like if it was if it were to be reinvented. And of course, a callback, making my own light bulbs. I am still thinking about making my own light bulbs just to see how it works. But obviously, I'm probably not gonna be able to make like 10,000-hour light bulbs. That was a terrible idea. Then vacuum chamber vacuum cleaner. Not 100% sure what I meant by this, but I'm pretty sure it was utilizing one of those things that literally sucks the atmosphere from a small area, but then using it to clean. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then Pee Wee Herman Rube Goldberg breakfast machine. That one, that actually kind of ties into the electric kitchen. Just like you press a button from like your phone or something, and then through an app. Especially because I have an Android, it'd be easy to make something like that. But you press a button from an app on your phone, and then like you preheat your oven to 350 or something. I don't know. You don't have to like walk into the kitchen to do it. You press a button, and then another thing it could do is it even like notifies you when the ding goes off. Like when it actually hits the right temperature, which I thought would be a really cool feature. But we'll see. And then the chicken coop for my mom. So my mom kind of always wanted to have like some sort of farm. Kind of, she grew up sort of near a farm, near farms, just like out in the countryside, sort of. Not south, like Michigan countryside, but basically, so my mom, she wanted chickens. Now she's got like a bunch of plants, right? Like tomato plants, which actually I freaking love tomatoes, right? Especially the fresh ones. But I think chicken coop for eggs, right? The eggs is why I would do it. I would absolutely do that for eggs, right? Bro. Oh yeah, and another silly one. Blender Guru donut, but not in Blender. So I figured I'd like carve the actual donut bit out of wood, and then use like epoxy resin, like pink epoxy resin, for the frosting. Right? I'd get like the proper stain color for like a donut texture. And then put the epoxy on it, but then like PLA 3D printed sprinkles. So in order to get the sprinkles on the resin, I would need to 3D print them first, but they'd be like really small, really tiny, and I don't even know if my 3D printer can do that, but I'd have to do that first and then figure it out. Then put the resin on it, the pink resin, and then stick the sprinkles on top before it cured completely. And then staring robot. Note, William Osman already did it. Sad face. Lol, JK, I'll just steal Willie's code. Exclamation point. I'm coming for you, William Osman. Mr. Osman, please hit me up with that code. Please, pretty please. This is me praying, but kind of holding my phone with my other hand because I don't have a camera yet. Evan. So this next page is a little bit different. I mean, it's more just like any idea I had, good or bad. The last ones were a little bit more filtered, but this one is just like
Put it down.
So, always a winner, 3D printed food, specifically 3D printed bread. Now, I would want it to be edible, but after thinking about it for like 3 seconds, I was like, bread dough isn't really that flexible. Um, pancakes, however, maybe, or cakes, because they use batter instead of dough. Batter is very malleable, so it's more possible to do cake. But if there is like a kind of bread that uses batter instead, that also might work better. Just have to do like instead of a long spool of something, right? You just have a bowl full of the batter, and the Bowden is like vacuum sucking. It's just like using its own suction force to extrude the batter onto the hot plate, which then cooks it more. Because I was also trying to think that it's not going to stick together if it's already cooked out of the nozzle. So you turn the nozzle heat really low, not too low though, really low, just to get it like stuck in one spot, just barely enough, and have the bed like a sort of hot plate. Might work, or it might just be a big ass bread noodle. Who knows? Which bottle breaks best? That was a really silly one, but it seems like a good idea for a video. You just get a slow motion camera, smash a bunch of bottles from a bunch of different products. I was thinking maybe we could do jars too, like sauce versus pickle. I don't know. Using math to solve problems. Now these last couple, obviously, I'm just going to try to get to a little faster than the rest of them. Using math to solve problems, right? Pi equals pi. Solve word hunger. Hey guys, pi, if it goes on for infinity, I don't know. And then a Pythagoras theorem for handy ramps, obviously. Find X buried treasure giveaway. There's an algebraic equation on a map that leads you to the spot, and that's basically like that whole. That's a little bit more complicated, mathematically speaking, because the rest of them I haven't really conceptualized at all like that, but it still sounds funny. Pocket item concealer. I have a little drawing for that. It's right here. It's yeah. I mean, you know, you put your phone in your pocket and it leaves a big ass rectangle that everyone can see. Like if they're gonna pickpocket you, they just fucking look for that, and then you're robbed. Not if you have a pocket item concealer where it just like smooths out your pocket somehow. I don't know. Maybe something you put in the pocket that makes it a consistent shape at all times. But at the same time, if it doesn't bulge in exactly the right way, it'd just look like something else. They'd be like, what's he carrying around? And then still pickpocket. Flesh that out later. Big ass water tank underground. Yeah. That is, that's kind of what we need. Because our house we're moving to, we have well water. And we have a big ass water tank underground. What was I thinking? There was a... So it's something like, since those gas stations have a giant water tank underground, giant gas tank underground, you could have a giant water tank underground. I'm pretty sure car washes do have that, but there was something else I was thinking about that might have like a bunch of that might have that. Anyway, like an alert app, right? Nearby people are pinged when you need help, danger mode or task mode. Danger mode alerts the police, right? You switch it, you press a button on your screen, just basically tell people like, yeah, obviously I need somebody with a little more expertise, or I could just, look it up. I still definitely kind of want this to be a real thing, right? Like, just everyone download it. Like, they don't have to, but, like, just make it popular enough for everyone downloads it. Then task mode just lets people know you could use help with an odd job. Some people could be, like, paid to do this. Some people could just show up and be like, hey, we need help with, and you know, it's a big community builder, I think. And then extreme horseshoes, I know my diagram that I drew for it is a little sus, but I was just trying to conceptualize what it would look like, and I don't know, it didn't work out too well. Xbox fan, but better. Obviously, that would be awesome because I have a first generation Xbox One. Well, I guess that's like the second generation, whatever. Xbox One from 2013, like release type stuff, and it gets really hot when you play like modern-ish games like Fortnite. Anti-light flashlight. That I thought that would be really cool if I knew like the first even step in doing it. And then shop ideas to finish us off here. Shop ideas. So all angle camera placement, just in case something goes wrong or something happens. I don't get it on one camera. Have a bunch of cameras all over the place, all capturing while I'm doing stuff. That way, I don't know. That way, you just get better footage, right? It's awesome. And then gas sensors, of course, or just any sensors. That's why I crossed out gas. Duh. Smoke, gas, carbon monoxide, etc. Blah blah blah. And an epic welder, just any welder really. It doesn't have to be like particularly awesome. Concrete floor. Of course, I was thinking if it doesn't already have concrete floor, to put in concrete floor, because that sounds just like a good idea. And custom ruler. Now this one isn't really a shop idea. It's just a sort of project idea. So we have metric and you have US customary. I feel like both, they both work because of how specific they can get, but what's his name? Adam Savage explained at Open Source, I think earlier this year, that everything we measure is relative, and when you're getting to such a small point, you can't even use the measurements that we have set because they're not nearly as precise. Right? When you look through a microscope, the only thing you can compare like atoms to is other atoms, and it's just honestly that puts stuff into perspective. And after thinking about it, for a little, honestly, man, like that it felt like a religious experience just thinking about it. Like, there's no such thing as a measurement. It's really all just comparison. All of it. Like height, weight, temperature, time and space, everything. It's crazy.